What if aging simply didn't exist? For us, that's just a dream. But in nature, there are creatures that already live in this reality. A jellyfish that can turn back time, a tiny animal that could survive the end of the world. A shark older than Shakespeare, an amphibian that can regrow its brain, and a tree that has outlived entire civilizations. They are nature's immortals, and their secrets could change the future of life itself. Meet Tortopsis dohrnii, better known as the immortal jellyfish. Its superpower, biological time travel. When threatened, injured, or starving, this jellyfish doesn't just die. It transforms all of its adult cells back into a juvenile form, a process called transdifferentiation. It's like if you, at the age of 80, suddenly turned into a baby and then lived your life all over again. And it can do this over and over and over, in theory, forever. The jellyfish's body is only a few millimeters wide, but inside it hides a biological secret that could rewrite human medicine. If we understood how to control cell aging like it does, cancer, organ failure, even aging itself might one day be reversible. It's not just living forever, it's living forever young. This is the kind of breakthrough CRISPR, gene editing, dreams of, rewriting the code of life to repair damage before it happens. Now, let's shrink down to one of the tiniest creatures on Earth. The tardigrade, also called the water bear. It's only half a millimeter long, but it's practically indestructible. Dry it out completely, it survives for decades. Freeze it near absolute zero, still alive. Boil it, it shrugs it off. Blast it into the vacuum of space, it comes back like nothing happened. Tardigrades enter a state called cryptobiosis, curling into a tiny ball, replacing most of the water in their bodies with a special sugar that protects their cells. In this state, their metabolism drops to just 0.01% of normal. Time almost stops for them. They could sleep for centuries, waiting for better conditions, and wake up as if nothing happened. If humanity ever attempts deep space travel, we might need to take a page from the tardigrade's playbook. This is basically suspended animation in nature, the same concept NASA is exploring to keep astronauts alive and healthy during journeys that could take hundreds of years. From the smallest survivor to one of the ocean's giants, the Greenland shark, the longest living vertebrate known to science. Some individuals are over 400 years old. That means there are sharks alive today that swam the oceans before the United States existed. Before the Industrial Revolution, even before Isaac Newton published the laws of gravity, scientists discovered their age by studying proteins in the shark's eyes, proteins that don't change after they form. The results were mind-blowing. Their secret? Incredibly slow growth, low metabolism, and the icy, stable waters of the Arctic. Down there, life moves at a glacial pace. The slower the body runs, the longer it lasts. If humans could slow our biological clock like the Greenland shark, we could live centuries without losing our youth and make interstellar voyages without worrying about dying of old age mid-journey. Our next immortal isn't truly ageless, but it has a superpower we can only dream of. The axolotl, an adorable amphibian from Mexico, can regrow almost any part of its body. A lost leg regrown in weeks, damaged heart repaired. Even parts of its brain and spinal cord can regenerate. And the most fascinating part, it does this without scarring. Human wounds heal with scar tissue, which limits function. But the axolotl's healing restores full strength and movement. Scientists are racing to understand how this works, because if we could copy it, we might not just treat injuries, we could reverse them. Imagine brain trauma from space radiation being completely repaired before it even affects an astronaut's performance. Immortality in nature comes in many forms, from jellyfish to tiny water bears. These organisms defy the rules of life and death. But immortality isn't just found in the ocean, it grows in the mountains too. Meet the Bristlecone Pine, the oldest known living tree species on Earth. Some individuals are over 5,000 years old, already ancient when the pyramids were built. They survive in some of the harshest environments on the planet, freezing temperatures, nutrient-poor soil, and relentless winds by growing extremely slowly and repairing themselves over centuries. This is nature's equivalent of a perfectly maintained space station, designed to last for millennia through constant, careful self-repair. If we combine the resilience of tardigrades, the regenerative powers of immortal jellyfish, the slow-aging secrets of Greenland sharks, the healing of axolotls, and the longevity of the bristlecone pine, we start to see a pattern. Nature has already solved problems we struggle with: cellular damage, DNA repair, and surviving extreme conditions. For humans, these discoveries are more than curiosity. They could hold the key to extending our own lifespans, making space travel to distant worlds possible. Imagine a crew whose bodies age so slowly they could survive a journey of centuries to Alpha Centauri. Or astronauts who hibernate like tardigrades, sleeping through decades of travel, waking up ready to explore alien worlds. Or colonists whose bodies repair radiation damage in real time, like an axolotl heals its wounds. Immortality, at least as nature defines it, doesn't mean invincibility. These organisms can still be destroyed by predators, disease, or accidents. But it does mean a body built to endure far beyond the normal limits of life. And if we can learn those secrets, maybe one day, humanity could become an immortal species, not just on Earth, but across the stars. Picture this: a starship gliding silently through the void. Inside, a crew in suspended animation, bodies preserved for centuries, cells protected from time, minds ready to wake upon arrival. Outside, stars drift past, and light from Earth has already traveled hundreds of years into the dark. When those astronauts awaken, humanity will have stepped into a new chapter, not as fragile creatures bound by decades, but as an enduring species capable of carrying life to the farthest reaches of space. And maybe in that distant future, someone will look at us the way we look at the immortal jellyfish, the bristlecone pine, or the water bear, and realize that we, too, learned how to live far beyond the limits we once thought were absolute. Because immortality, in the end, isn't about never dying. It's about leaving a mark so deep, so lasting, that time itself can't erase it.